Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Fastpitch United Podcast, Episode 7. I am your host, Kaylin Elliott, and I'm so excited to announce our special guest today, Lenny Malkin. She was a fantastic softball player at the University of Arkansas. I know because I played against her and had to pitch to her. Very, very great hitter, and also played a little bit overseas and with the New York Rise this past summer. And now she is, I guess, the director. Are you director of ops or are you just doing scouting direction?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. So she's just running the whole show for the New York Rise. So Lenny, thank you so much for being here today. And I can't wait to talk to you.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm very excited. I love it. You've been doing great. I've been following your podcast, so I'm excited to finally be on.
Thank you. Yeah, no, so excited to have you. So, Lenny, tell us a little bit about your just softball experience playing at Arkansas and then how you eventually ended up with the Rise.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Colorado. When I was in the recruiting process, couldn't tell you where Arkansas was, didn't know anything about it, but eventually just went out, branched out, went to some camps, fell in love with it. Fell in love with Coach Deifel, just like her values, her morals, everything like that. She was a great coach. So loved playing with her. And then I ended up GAing after my 5th year because I got one because of COVID, thankfully. Then GA'd my last year and she introduced me to Chelsea Cohen. I'm pretty sure I'm saying my last name right. Sorry if I'm not, Chelsea, but she played overseas. And when I was a GA, I had like no plans to really play after college. So I actually did want to be like director of ops. I wanted to be in the realm of sports, but not continue playing. But she opened up the idea of playing overseas, so I got in touch with Chelsea and and then I played in Amsterdam for a while, and that was great with the Sparks. I miss them so much. They're just a really fun team. And I know you know because you played with them, but
Yes.
that was great. So that opened up the opportunity of just playing past Europe and continue playing until I didn't really want to. But then the new teams came around, like the Steam, and I know the Rise or the Vibe was kind of a thing already, but then the Rise came around, and I'm from my family's from New York and everything, so I just wanted to be around them. So I took the opportunity and talked to Jeff, and yeah, I loved it. I loved playing for Jeff, loved what he's doing for this sport and everything, and the team was so much fun. And just that last summer was amazing. I got to meet a lot of good people, so I really wanted to stick around with Jeff and with the Rise in any way I could. So I definitely bugged him to stay within the team somehow after deciding not to play. But yeah, now I'm here.
Yeah, such a cool journey with Sparks Harlem. Shout out Sparks, shout out Peter and all of them out there. And his daughter Maxime. So cool. Loved them so much. I loved being in Amsterdam. That was such a fun experience. I totally recommend if you get the opportunity to play overseas, you should do it. I've gotten to play in Italy and in the Netherlands, and it's so cool. It's just unlike anything else. You get to play softball and then get to see the world and experience new cultures, and it's such a cool experience. But yeah, so with the Rise, tell me a little bit about what year 1 was like, because last year was the first season of the Rise. What was that like for you?
I had no idea what to expect, to be completely honest. You think of professional sports and you think, like, I don't know, you have to be like on a strict schedule, you have to do all these like professional things, but I thought it was more of like an experience to really see what, the first year would be like and trial and error for everything. But I thought it went really smooth. I thought that the experience of traveling to, Florida, Oklahoma, playing with like the best of the best was just like an amazing feeling. It was super laid back. Like Jeff was like, meet at the field, before the games. We're having a couple practices, but definitely getting to explore all of New York. And like I said before, and I'll say 100 times still, like just meeting the players that I met and the friends that I still have now from last summer is just like the best part, I think. But yeah, it was just so much fun getting to play with some really, really good players. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was playing with the Vibe. I played with the Vibe for 2 years and getting to experience that, like, just from the the first year that I was a part of the team to the second year that I was a part of the team, the growth was insane. So I'm really excited to
Mhm.
see what the growth for the Rise is just in year 2, because I mean, the Vibe last year was year 4 of the Vibe. This year will be year
Mhm.
5, which is crazy because it started in
That is
2020.
crazy.
Yeah. Um, and every single year it's gotten bigger. Every single year it's gotten better. It's so cool to be a part of that and to see that. But with the Rise, you guys practiced and played at Hofstra, which they have a
Mm.
beautiful facility. Going up there and getting to play against you guys there and the fans that showed up, like, that was such a cool experience. Getting to
Yeah.
sign autographs afterwards for, like, an hour, and I mean, it was just I really felt in that moment like I was back in college or like I was a pro softball player, like, with all the fans that showed up and showed out, and it was so loud. I mean, Hofstra's their field isn't huge by any means,
Mhm.
but it was still I mean, the fans that packed the stadium, the little girls that were there, it was so fun to be a part of.
Yeah, I agree. Jeff did such a good job of, like, marketing, like, our games. He reached out to so many travel ball teams that it's like the perfect market. I mean, even in college, like, I don't know about you, but at Arkansas, like, our whole grass berm would just be filled with, like, little girls' teams and everything, travel ball teams, so that was so much fun, and even the dugout at Hofstra, it was so loud and, like, it's not big, but it's compact, so, like oh my gosh, ignore my nails.
That's okay, that's okay.
Cut that out.
But edit
But
that out, don't worry.
but the field, like, the stands are so compact, so you just really feel it all in one spot, and I think we're gonna have even more fans. We sold out a lot of games last summer, but yeah, the most fun part for me, I told Jeff, I was like, "We need to do autographs, like, after all the games, like, we need to grow this sport, we need to make people realize that there's a pro team up here in the East, like, East Coast, and we're the real deal." So getting those girls who, like, aspire to be us one day that we were just, what, like, 15 years ago? So
Yeah.
just growing the sport that way, but yeah, Jeff did a great job of getting the girls out there, and it should be even better this year, but I'm really excited.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The way to truly grow pro softball, which is this is the goal of Fastpitch United, is to unite all levels of softball, which is pro, college, and youth. And so that's one reason why we're going to be having all of these events going on where it's going to be a youth tournament and a pro event and potentially a college event too, like the event that we have in October with Liberty University. The Rise is going to play Liberty, the Vibe's going to play Liberty, and there's going to be a Liberty camp going on that the pros are going to be involved in, as well as a youth tournament going on at the same time. So if you guys want to be involved in that, you should go sign up at fastpitchunited.com. But I mean, that's how we're going to grow this game is to get our pro players in front of these little girls who want to be them one day and then grow this sustainably to a point where when those little girls are old enough to play pro softball, or even if they want to just be involved in a different way, like there are other things that they can do, whether it's working for the league or being an athletic trainer, or, like a lot of different
Yeah.
avenues that they can take.
Mhm.
And this is going to be the way that we do that. So, you guys should go be involved in these events because not only is it going to get your daughter an opportunity in the future, but it's also going to support the pros now. And that's going to be huge. But, anyways, so
Yeah.
Lenny, you are now kind of running things a little bit, helping Jeff with the Rise. And also, you're working as the scouting director for the Rise. So, you're helping recruit these players who want to play for the Rise. What do you look for in a player when you're out recruiting?
This is a new territory for me too. Much like college recruiting, I think obviously you go for the best of the best, but me and Jeff really talked about it, and we want someone with really good character, more of the person role rather than the player. Because at this level, everyone's going to be really good. You can't go wrong with any person wanting to play pro, anyone that puts themselves out there, any college player that is among the best. They're gonna be talented, but the avenue I've taken is just talking to people who know the girls that we want on our team and getting, like, more of a character feel for them and what they're really like as a person, because you want people on your team that are going to mesh well with anybody and who will have like that good team culture. So really just diving into that and finding the right people who vibe with who we have on our team right now, which is hard because we thought that the team last year, we have like 10 or so returners, but we have a lot of the core girls who meshed like so well. Everybody got along with everybody, which, I'm sure as everybody knows, like being a girl on a team of 20 something girls is hard to do and everybody can mesh, but we really wanted that character feel and getting the right person on and off the field for sure. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
totally.
it's been fun. It's been really fun to watch like the college girls play and getting really competitive and everything now, especially towards the end of the season. But yeah.
Yeah, 100% because I'm scouting director for the Vibe, so I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking at, are they a great softball player, but also are they a
Mm,
great person? Are they going to fit in with the Vibe? We also have a lot of core players returning, which is fantastic. Love that. But we want to make sure that the girls that we're bringing in this year are going to be a good fit and are going to mesh well with the team and have a good time. Like, you don't want anyone
yeah.
coming in and like, being miserable. That's not what we want at all. And we want
Right.
everyone, we want everyone to enjoy their experience. And going back to something you previously said about, going into pro softball, I think a lot of girls, again, you think it's going to be this like strict, like training schedule and like all these things. And while there is that, it's at the same time, you're now a professional. So you do have to take it upon yourself to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to be successful. You
Yeah.
don't have a coaching staff and a nutritionist and a strength coach like telling you every move that you need to make.
Right.
It's up to you.
Mm,
And I mean, you have those resources like with the Vibe. We had practice every single day when we weren't playing. Pitchers got the option to throw a bullpen. Hitters, if they wanted to get more swings, they
mhm.
could go to the cages afterwards. Same thing with pitchers. If you wanted to maybe work on something more specifically, you could go to the cages afterwards and throw. And then when it came to lifting weights, we had a gym membership. And so we would all just kind of go to the gym together and like work out together.
Yeah.
And sometimes we would have our own training programs. And then sometimes, several times, I would just piggyback off of somebody else. Be like, hey,
Yeah,
what are
most
you doing
definitely.
today? Okay, I'm going to do that. That sounds cool.
Yes,
um,
definitely.
but I think that also like makes it really fun and you
Mm,
get to like kind of experience like what other people are doing and kind of grow like a relationship at that point too. And we had some girls who were like hardcore, like I'm in the gym every single day, like
yeah.
I'm training, I'm doing my thing. And then you had some girls who were like, I'm gonna, maybe be in here for a little bit and to kind of do
Hmm.
my thing and then head out. And so I thought
Yeah.
it was cool that everybody got to kind of do what they wanted to do. And like they know your body, you know what you need. And
Yeah.
so if you're someone who wants to like train really, really hard and take 500 swings a day and whatever, you can do that. But at the same
Yeah.
time, if that's not you, you don't have to do that. So I think being a pro is cool in that you can do things like that and not have to be it's not so strict. And also, I think for girls who want to play pro ball, I absolutely loved my experiences because yes, like you want to win and there is pressure, but it's not the same type of pressure that you experience in college. And
Yeah.
you don't experience kind of that burnout that you start to feel like when seasons like getting long and you've been
Oh,
playing
yeah.
been playing a lot of games and you're around the
Hmm.
same people, like you've been around for the entire year. And so
Yep.
I think it's very refreshing because you come in, you play however many games you play with this group of girls that you end up falling in love with and becoming like besties with. And
Mhm.
for us being in Florida, we got to experience other things like going to the beach and like other fun things like that. And I'm sure in New York,
Yeah.
you guys got to go to the city and then there's a beach there. Like, talk about some of the things
Mhm.
that you guys get to do in New York.
Oh, yeah. Like I said earlier, like, you just have to report when your time's, like, reported. So game time, you gotta be there before the games and whatnot, but other than that, you can get to do whatever you want. So a lot of us, I mean, we were 15 minutes from the beach, so just pile in the car and go to the beach for the day, or when we had an off day, take the time to go on the train and head into the city, so that was fun, and we were spoiled too. Jeff did a lot of team bonding activities. So we went to like a Broadway show. We went to Top Golf out on Long Island. So yeah, I mean, we are in a good spot. I know Florida's the best spot to go to the beach too, but we got the best of both worlds up there, I think. So we were just so spoiled. But yeah, it was great. And I think that helped just the chemistry of the team too. I mean, not everyone would go to the beach, but if some people wanted to go to the beach, they would go. If some people wanted to go in the city, they would. So you had your little groups do whatever they wanted to do. But then Jeff would bring us all together and we would do something. So I think that was so much fun too. But yeah, it was a good time out there. I loved it.
Yeah, that's awesome. We got to do a few
Yes.
things like that too. Like Coach Mike is awesome. I love him. And he would always take us out to get ice cream everywhere we went. So
Oh my
that was a Florida
gosh.
thing, but that was also a New York thing. That was also a Chattanooga thing. That was an Oklahoma
Hmm.
thing. Like we were going to go get ice cream. And I love
I
that.
love that.
Yeah. And he took us to the movies. We went bowling, like just fun
Yeah.
little events like that. And again, not everybody had to go if they didn't want to.
Hmm.
Or you could. Like it was kind of if you want to go, you can. You don't have to. And yeah, just really cool. And I love that. I think that's so important as well within a team for that bonding aspect and that chemistry
Yeah.
aspect, like just making
Right.
sure that you're creating relationships with each other because, season does go by really fast. I think the pro season is very, very different than the college season because it's like you blink and it's over and then you're sad, you're
Literally.
going home.
I
And
know. I know.
um but that's super cool. So let's talk a little bit about some of the events that we have coming up with Fastpitch United and the Vibe playing the Rise. I know that we played each other quite a few times last season, and it was always such a good game. Like, but it was always a back and forth, except for when we
Hmm.
went to New York. You guys kicked our butts, but that was rough.
We
That
all
was
had our moments.
yeah,
It's okay.
but, when we played you guys in Florida, like, it was a good back and forth. When we played you guys in
Mm.
Chattanooga, it was a good back and forth. These girls really do love softball, these players, and it is you're playing against some of the best in the country, some of the best on their college teams, and so if you guys are wanting to watch pro games and be a part of that, you need to go look at the Florida Vibe schedule, you need to go look at the New York Rise schedule and see when they're gonna be near you, because one of the great things about Fast Pitch United is that we are going to different areas of the country, different travel ball tournaments to play each other. So there will be a tournament that we're going to Top Gun in Kansas City. The Rise is gonna be there, the Vibe's gonna be there, and the Kansas City Diamonds are gonna be there. And they are
Mhm.
not a full team this season. They will be playing a full schedule next summer, but all of us are gonna be there and we're going to have a camp going on along with the games. And so if you guys are interested in being a part of that camp and getting to work with some really awesome pro players from both teams, as well as watching some pro games, you can go to the Fast Pitch United website and you can see when that event is going to be taking place. Lenny, are you going to
Okay.
be at any of those events?
Yeah, I'll be traveling all summer with the Rise, so I'll be there. Yeah, just excited for everyone to show up. And Monica Abbott, I think, is coaching the Diamonds team, right? So whether or not you know any pro players, I know everybody knows Monica Abbott, so
Yeah.
she'll be there too, which would be
Yeah, just
I'll
come out for
fangirl. I know
Monica.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Diamonds, like, they do have some really good players that they've already signed, like Ruby
Yeah.
Nayland. She's still in college. She's only a
Yes.
junior, but she's already on that roster. Taylor
Mhm.
Minnick, who plays at Indiana right now, she's so good, such a good hitter. She's on that roster. So
Yeah.
they've got some big name players as well that are gonna be there. But again, yeah, just come out for Monica if you if you wanna meet,
Right.
cool people. But that's
Yeah,
awesome
but
that you get to
excited for those.
travel.
Yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm glad that we go to these, weekish long places and we do camps and like we were talking about earlier, getting that youth out there and just getting that exposure that pro softball needs. But yeah, I'm very excited to be traveling. I didn't know what that was gonna look like, but I love it. I love it so much. I don't want to not do it. So I was
Yeah.
like, I need to find a way to be at everything, Jeff. So
Yeah. Yeah, I love that, and I love that you're gonna be a part of everything, and to with pro softball being the way that it is, we wanna make sure that everyone has an opportunity to potentially be a pro softball player when they get older. So all of these little girls who come to these events and, you watch Taylor Pleasance for the Vibe, or you watch Ashley Treeweiler for the Rise doing their thing, being awesome, and you want to be just
Yeah.
like them. That's what we're trying to build with Fastpitch United. That's what Lenny and I, are working our butts off, directing the operations and scouting and doing all these things with Ryan and Jeff to try and make this happen for the future of softball, for the future of pro softball. And we have the ACL, the American Collegiate League, a lot of different leagues underneath that umbrella, one of them being the Florida Gulf Coast League. We have the Scenic City League, the Golden Bay League, Lone Star League. Those are all summer collegiate leagues for college players who want to get better, potentially maybe want to transfer, want to recharge the battery of this was a really, really long college season. I just want to love playing softball right now. And
Yep.
they get that opportunity to do that. But at the same time, they get in our database. Like, we pay attention to those players who were a part of the league. And that's who we look to in the future for these pro teams. And so we want to make sure that, we are pulling, it's kind of mirrors a minor league system in a way, like for
Yeah.
baseball. Yeah, like we're looking
Most definitely.
at some of these players who are in the league, and you look at several of the players who are playing pro ball right now, a lot of them played in the league. Like, you look
Oh,
at
yeah.
you look at the Vibe, Grayson Radcliffe played in the league, Jordan Johnson played in the league. You look at the Spark, Riley Boone played in the league, Alex Storako. Like, there are some, big time names who have played in these summer leagues. So that's an option, as well as the other events that Fastpitch United puts on, like our All-American games that are coming up this summer, and any of the elite pro camps that we're going to be putting on. A lot of different things that you guys can be a part of, and then you get seen by us, and then we're like, oh yeah, she's really good. Where's she going to school? Okay, I'm gonna be watching her. I'm gonna keep up with her and see
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
how
so
it
many
goes.
opportunities.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
most
it's
definitely.
really cool that we are getting to a point where we have scouting, and we have people like me and you who are looking at these players and looking at their future and thinking, okay, like eventually maybe they are going to be a Vibe, or maybe they're going to be a Rise. And I love that. And I love just how much has transpired and grown in the sport of softball.
Yeah, it's happening really quick, and I know we talked about it too, like the whole recruiting thing, and we wish that we can start our own teams, like just branch off and put all the people who want to play right now on that team too, because there's such a high demand. But I think with all the opportunities and the awareness that pro softball is getting just over the last few years, I think it is heading in obviously the right direction. So yeah, we're really excited for all that and just where this will go, especially from the youth and the college players now. So yeah.
Yeah. And you and I have had the conversation with the girls who have reached out to us. Like you said, we would love to make another team, and just because there are so many players who I believe deserve to be able to play, like they are good enough to play, but
Yeah.
we maybe already have those spots filled and we're not looking for that
Mm-hmm.
position or whatever it may be. So it is hard, and I hope, like you said, that it continues to grow and we can give these girls an opportunity, and not just the girls who played, at the caliber of schools that we played at. Like,
Mm-hmm.
also, the
Yeah.
mid-major girls who are really good. And I mean,
Yep.
Kara Canetto for the Vibe is, in my opinion, our most consistent hitter. Like, she is
Yep.
constantly on base, and she's a fantastic outfielder, and she played at Liberty. And so it's
Yep.
like, you know, she's in my opinion, one of the best players in pro softball right now. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know if she would have gotten an opportunity to play if, the
Mhm.
Vibe hadn't have given her that opportunity, and she deserves it. And so
Right.
I think that there are so many other players that deserve it who maybe aren't playing on ESPN every single weekend, or
Mhm.
aren't getting seen as much from like these mid-major schools who could 100% compete at a pro level. Ashley, I think, is a great example too. Ashley
Yeah,
Freeweiler.
I
Like,
was gonna bring her up.
yeah.
She even like, I remember our very first practice, she was like, I have to hit really well, like, I really wanna play," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you'll be fine, like, whatever." And, she, like, almost doubted herself because, she's on a team with, SEC, Pac-12, all the, like, Power 5 schools, but then she was, like, our best hitter. She was never not on base, and it's like, never ever doubt yourself because when you're at that level, like, it doesn't matter where you came from. It's just about how you compete and
Mhm.
having fun. I feel like she just fell back in love with the game too, and it was so much fun. So yeah, I completely agree. I think everybody across the board playing college softball can play pros. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to grow. So
Yeah.
so it
Soon.
yeah, soon as well, I know, and Rome wasn't built in a day, and I think we're both very aware of that it is gonna take some
Yeah.
time to build up this organization and trying to get our goals met and our dreams reached, but I think that it is headed in the right direction, and I think that the people listening to this podcast, the best thing that you can do is go and support our events and go and watch these pro players play and, follow us on social media. We have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. And and I actually love the TikTok account because during the summer, you're gonna get videos from the American Collegiate League players. You're gonna get videos from the pros of them doing all kinds of fun TikTok trends and dances and all kinds of stuff like that. So,
Oh yeah.
but on social media, on our Twitter, we're at Fastpitch Unite. On Instagram, we're at Fastpitch United. And then on Facebook, we are Fastpitch United. So that's something that you can go and follow. And we're going to be posting all of our events and different things going on. And then you can also follow the New York Rise on those social media platforms. They are there.
Yes.
And also the Florida Vibe, as well as Top Gun events, the Kansas City Diamonds, the Oklahoma City Sparks, Texas Smoke. You can follow all of them and keep up with their players and their events and the games that are going to be happening. We would love for you guys to be there supporting our professional players. And then if you're interested, being a part of the events where you could get seen by me and Lenny. So thank you so much,
Yay.
Lenny, for coming on and talking about your experiences and talking about the Rise. We're so happy to have you, and I look forward to seeing you some this summer.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was great. Thanks so
Yeah.
much.
Awesome, of course. Well, thank you guys. I will see you next time. Follow us on social media and check out our website at www.fastpitchunited.com.